Hey guys, today we're getting started on the DURAMAX that's out here. My friend Kaz lives in the university place Tacoma and got hit. It just blew out the lower ball joint on the lower control arm. I mean, screwed up the door a little, but that's just replacing the door and doing some rocker repair there. So we're gonna cut off all this IFS here. We've got a set of Icon Dynamics 4-inch, or Icon, not Dynamics, but Icon 4-inch lift springs for Ford Super Duty. And we have a 99 to 04 Ford Super Duty axle that's going to go under the front of it. We got a straight axle swap kit from Sky Manufacturing for the the spring hanger and the shackle mounts and all that. And then we're going to make up Cougar House Fab steering and Cougar House Fab coil or shock towers for it once we get all those parts on. So to get started, guys, we got to plasma cut all of this IFS stock stuff off here. So let me give you guys a little more detail. Alright guys, so 2006 DURAMAX. You can see where the lower A-arm got destroyed there. But that's all that happened. All these parts just came off, and then it needs the door replaced. We'll take that stupid running board off there for him. I hate those. And then, so here's the part back here that got destroyed. So, but yeah, it'll be a pretty nice truck being straight axled. We're gonna put some 37s on it, I think, and stuff. So needs a new fender, new lower light, blinker. That's a pretty nice pickup, to be honest. It's got the dark interior. Alright, so we got it up on jack stands. Chase did before we got started here. So that's up. So now we're gonna go ahead and start plasma cutting all this stock IFS off here. Let's do it. Alright guys, so Chase is getting, he got the CV shaft out there, as you guys can see. He's working on these upper bolts here, upper control arm. Then he just has to undo the lower control arm bolts there. And this whole knuckle assembly will drop off. You know, he's got to do the brake line and the ABS line too. But alright guys, so we're going to get this dropped off here. And then we'll pick back up in the morning and we'll drop the drop down brackets for the IFS off. Those support bars that run back. And then we'll drain the diff and drop the diff. And then move on to plasma cutting parts. So, alright guys, we'll catch you guys in the morning. Hey guys, back at the DURAMAX this morning. After I finished up and went in the house to go video edit the previous day's episode, Chase kind of kept working on the DURAMAX here, and he, let's go around to this side, you can see a lot more, he's got it dropped down. You know, you guys saw it in the time lapse there, but he's got the whole drop member and everything, cross member back there for the torsion bar drop piece, all dropped down. And he's got this lower control arm taken off, all the CV shaft, lower control arm, everything on this side. And then, so now we're getting ready to drop this the lower control arm drop bracket for the lift kit that's on it, the IFS lift kit. And the piece is there pinched too tight, so we're gonna cut around, drop that off and get it out of our way. And then we can plasma cut all the way around the other pieces and get all that off and have it prepped for the solid axle to go on it. We don't need any of that stuff in there. All those lower control arm mounts need to go. Upper control arm mounts need to go. Upper shock mount needs to go. It'll get, you know, Cougar house fab shock mount up there. Frame plate, shock mount. And yeah, but first, to do all that, to be able to do this, we got to get this IFS differential dropped out of here and get all these parts cut off the frame that are for the IFS, clean up the frame so it's prepped and ready for us to put the spring hanger on and shackle mounts on. So let's go ahead and get this all taken apart here. Let's do it.
Watching it end again and again. I feel it in waves, you follow me, drifting to places I should leave. So close to the edge of something so perfect.
Alright, well, that's where we're going to leave off today working on the DURAMAX. Got as far as we could. Next step here is to go ahead and cut off all the suspension components as far as the brackets that held all the IFS up front. But yeah, I mean, besides that, then we'll move on after we get all that bracketry cut off. We'll clean the frame up, and then we'll tack the spring hanger on and tack the shackle mounts where they go. And then we'll hang the leaf springs, U-bolt the axle on, and then we'll double measure, make sure everything's perfect, and then we'll fully weld everything. But until then, guys, we'll catch you in the morning. Alright guys, back on the DURAMAX this morning. Yesterday we got all the suspension parts taken off of it, so now we can go ahead and start cutting off all these brackets. The upper shock mount, the upper control arm mounts, lower control arm mounts, all those components we don't need anymore for the solid axle. So we're going to go ahead and get all these parts taken off here, and then pull out the flap discs on the angle grinder, and then go ahead and start getting everything cleaned up. And then we'll get this guy mocked up with the spring hanger and the shackles after that. So let's get this all cut off here. Let's get started. Fire up the time lapse. Yay!
You can be truth, or you can be lies. Today
Okay guys, so now that Chase and I got the upper shock mounts, the upper control arm mounts, and the lower control arm cross members all taken off here, we're ready to officially go ahead and pull out the angle grinder with the 40 grit flap discs and go ahead and we're gonna grind everything off that we cut off. And then there's some spots where if there's a little extra material, Chase can use the plasma cutter with the gouge tip and just get through those. So that way he's got a little less to grind. But other than that, we're gonna get everything ground smooth to 40 grit, and then we'll be finished with this episode. And the next part, we'll install all these parts on the truck. Well, actually, we'll do a box opening video. So of the Icon leaf springs and the spring hanger kit and everything then. But we're gonna get this all ground smooth, and then we'll be finished up for this episode. So let's get this all cleaned up, so that way we're prepped and ready for the parts to go on the truck. Boom! DURAMAX is prepped and ready for its solid axle swap now. We got its lift kit taken off of it. It was a Tough Country Easy Ride. We got that lift kit dropped off in 2 hours, and then it got dark because we did that at the end of the day of one of our other episodes, or end of the day of work, right? And then today we got everything all the brackets, the upper shock mount, the upper control arm mounts, the lower cross members that hold the lower control arms, and all those parts plasma cut off the truck. We used the grinding stone to grind down them further to the frame, and then we used 40 grit flap discs to smooth out the frame after that. And we did it in like 4 hours. I mean, the last guy that was over here said it'd take 14 hours to do that. It just shows you how inexperienced he is with actually solid axling trucks. Like, I've done this at least 10 times. I mean, I've done it 5 times to my own vehicles. So I've been doing this a long time. I know what I'm doing with these solid axles, and I can get them done pretty efficiently and pretty quickly, you know, within an efficient amount of time. So that's pretty cool that we got there. So tomorrow we can do our box opening, and we can get out our Sky Manufacturing lift kit for the truck. It's a solid axle swap kit. It's the front spring hanger and the shackle mounts that go, you know, beneath the driver and passenger doors up beneath the frame. Those will go on. And then we got some Icon Dynamics 4-inch bent springs for 9904 Super Duty. And then we have our 9904 Super Duty axle that we got a couple months ago ready behind the Super Duty, my Super Duty Project Sacrilege. So we're ready. As soon as we'll do that box opening tomorrow, we'll get all those parts opened up and ready. And then in that next episode, we'll install all the parts on the truck, and we'll bring you guys along with us like we usually do. So, hey, thanks for watching today, guys. Thanks for your constant support as always. Thank you for liking and subscribing to the new people. Remember to hit the bell up there so that way you guys get notifications anytime I upload. And if you guys are interested in any of these Cougar House Fab link kits for the Chevy, Ford, or Dodge, just hit up guys just hit us up in the DMs there, and then we can get you guys a kit out. Just let us know what kind of a truck you're working on, and we can get you guys set up with a 4-link kit, Cougar House Fab 4-link kit. So, alright guys, thanks for watching today. Thanks for your constant support as always. I just said that a minute ago. Please drop a comment. Let us know what you think of the DURAMAX. And then if you guys like what we do, check us out at cougarhousegarage.com. Check us out at Facebook.com/cougarhousegarage. And then we are Cougar House Garage on Instagram, guys. Keep up with all the crazy builds there, and we'll see you tomorrow.